Take 3, episode 9. Welcome to another episode of the diary. That was annoying me, the clock, so I had to do another take, even though I was almost finished. It's been a rough week. First normal week back after Christmas and New Year. I've had 6 hours of abuse from Asda. I've had a manager call me racist and abusive on Wednesday. This is what autistic people have to go through, generally. We are always called rude. Very often they pull out any old card that they can just to shut the conversation up. Normally it's the race card, but it could be anything. You know, being offended, all that sort of nonsense. So I've had 6 hours on Tuesday with Asda, then another few hours on Wednesday with a belligerent manager that called me racist. I had a few hours yesterday trying to find a solicitor to take their asses to court. But Stevenson's, despite having a very couple of similar cases with me, have refused to take this one because the other two are against public sector organisations. And this is a private company, and they've turned around and said, oh, well, private companies can do what they want, basically. So I'm having a day off today because I'm so stressed, and, well, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've literally only just got my act together to actually do anything. I've been wanting to do things since 8 o'clock this morning, but I'm so unmotivated. It has not been good. I am full of depression. I would say a -2 to the -3. It's getting to -5. It's going down. If you don't know what my scale is, it's like 0 is a neutral, not happy, not sad, just neutral, right? +5 is a really good day, one of the best feelings you can remember. And -5 is get the ambulance because you're going to chuck yourself out the window, right? So I'm about -2, 2.5 at the moment. And I really do think instead of this 0 to 10 that they do on the questionnaires you get for mental health, instead of that, then it should be this -5 to +5, because then you can see whether they're feeling good straight away, whether they're feeling good or bad, you know, compared to themselves. And then you can compare people quite accurately. My -2 will be the same as someone else's -2, but they might be better off for their -2. You know, it's still a -2 to them. And that would be a more relative comparison you could do. Anyway. So I called civil legal advice. Stevenson's didn't want it. Civil legal advice, even to this day, despite the fact I have in writing they will make reasonable adjustments to call you back on a non-private number, to this day their call centre still says that we won't call you on a non-private number. We always call on a private number. So I'm beating my head against the wall because, you know, even after I get an agreement, they still deny the agreement, which is exactly what the Citizen Advice Bureau did. And that took 3 years to get that corrected. So I'm very depressed. I'm very unmotivated. I do not know what to do. I have no friends because the few friends I acquire, I found one on Badoo yesterday. We started talking, you know, she was Brazilian and I'm not Brazilian, so we talked via translator. She agreed to talk in English, I agreed to talk in Portuguese, it was going all right. And then she mentioned, well, when she saw me go on, this is the point. She didn't message me all morning. I messaged her probably about 4 or 5 in the morning because I was still awake then. But she didn't message me until she saw me go into Messenger. You can message people on Messenger even if they're not online. But she only messaged me when I went online. And then she started talking about God and religion and all that sort of nonsense. And, oh, I can't talk to you at the moment. I'm with my friend. You know, the same bullshit I usually get. The Billy No Mates thing, the, you know, dirty little secret. I'm having to drink lager just to keep me from shaking. Because as Douglas Adams put it once, it's a muscle relaxant. And I have to do that just to get through the day lately. 2 or 3 tins by about 2 in the afternoon, just to stop me from shaking. So I'm back on Badoo, back on Tinder. I would say back on Facebook dating, but that's been down for 2 days. I don't know what's going on there, whether they're taking it off or what. To try and find someone to go out with next weekend, because I hate last minute things. I mean, I did offer to meet up this woman on last night when we started talking, and she said eventually. She's only here for 2 fucking months. What is eventually? The day before she goes back. I mean, she then goes on about complaining about she's being lonely and she doesn't have any friends in the UK and blah blah blah. Well, I tried to offer friendship to her, and she turned it down. Meeting up with people, that's friendship, not constantly chatting on a fucking thing that I really don't like typing. I really don't like putting things in writing. Can't stand it, because people don't understand what I put in writing. I've been saying this for 7 years now. And it's like, well, you're quite fluent, you can talk, you don't sound autistic, you don't look autistic, you don't write autistic. No, but you are too stupid to understand what I've written. I can't make allowances for the ignorance on the other end of the person reading my correspondence. And most people reading the correspondence, public servant-wise or customer service-wise, seem to be ignorant of English. Trying to explain to someone for 6 hours on Tuesday, for example, that a private number is not the number you call me, I'm calling you on. That is not a private number. Have you got a manager? Maybe they'll understand me better than you do, I kept saying. Oh no, there's no managers available. Then when there was suddenly a manager available, then they didn't understand either. They were based on a different continent and a different country, and they still didn't understand what a private number is. It's a UK thing, I found out. So if you're talking to people in another country and they don't know what a private number is, no way can I explain to them that people in this country can call people without identifying themselves first, because they're just not used to that sort of behaviour. Same with the council. I've messaged back the council because I keep getting calls from someone purporting to be from the council. And, well, basically the Information Commissioner has always told me, and has recently confirmed it several times to me, that if a data handler, a registered data handler, is asking for your information, they should identify themselves first. And if they're saying they're from the council, that is not sufficient. They need to call you from a number that is publicly identifiable. Not a mobile number that belongs to the council. It needs to come up as the council, for example. A main number for the switchboard at the council. Oh, we haven't got the technology to do that. Then don't call people from mobiles. It's simple. If it's the first contact with someone, call them from a landline. That's what the Information Commissioner has basically said. No private calls, and from a landline that's publicly identifiable. And yet, as far as I can see, no one in the country does that. They are all disregarding what the Information Commission guidelines on registered data handlers are. So over the next few days, I've already gathered some of the information that the ICO needs, but because I've been mentally drained for the last 3 days, it's taken me a long time to get all this information together. It's basically, they will accept telephone recordings, which I've been making for years. So where I've been recording the council, where I've been saying, the most recent is this woman from the council. I've reiterated to her twice now that the voicemail need to be in your name, because the voicemail response with Waltham Forest Council is, please leave your name and number after the tone and we'll get back to you. Which isn't the problem. The problem is you're calling a mobile number which you cannot identify as a council mobile. It should identify itself as Frank Smith, John Bloggs, whoever. Please leave a name and number after the tone. Not you have reached the mobile number of blah, 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 blah. Anyway, how far are we? 10 minutes. I'm going to cut this short in a moment. Brazilian friend. Have I told you about the Brazilian friend? I made a friend last night. Went all well. We were talking to each other 2 different languages via translator. Working good. I asked her out. She said, oh, eventually. She's here for 2 months, I found out. And I said, you know, I can take you out, go take you around. No, it was the answer. People just are too afraid to say no. Just say no to me. There's another woman I've been speaking to for a couple of weeks now. I don't get the feeling that she really wants to know me, because she's another one that doesn't message me. She only replies to messages, so I'm going to ignore her now. I'm not going to block her, but I will eventually, because she's going away for 3 weeks this weekend. And, well, I'll see in 3 weeks' time if she messages me when she comes back. I can't even ask her when she's going to be back. I don't know. 3 weeks, roughly. I don't know. I've only got a phone number for her, so I can't message her because it will cost her money. So that's another one off the books. Then there was another one I started talking to a couple of weeks ago. 2 women in the same week. Right, on the floor, Casper. And I don't think she's really interested either. She keeps giving me excuses about, well, I've got a few things going on at the moment. Why can't people be fucking honest and just say, I'm not interested, please stop messaging me? I appreciate that more than, well, this is a virtual ghosting. They're not just blocking me. They're pretending to like me and then just carrying on ignoring me. That's how it comes across. Because I don't understand what people's intentions or emotions are towards me. So I need them to be blatant, honest, blunt. You know, honesty in society has gone out the window. Instead of taking the trouble to be honest with people, they avoid any arguments. There wouldn't be an argument. I've actually thanked people in the past for telling me the truth. One was recently, about 3 weeks ago. And they said, I'm not really interested, you're not my type. And I said, I know that, but thank you for answering. Good luck with your search. Blah, blah, blah. That's how it goes. I'd rather someone tell me that than just lead me on saying, they respond to my messages and things like that. Once again, I've offered to help Monica. Once again, she's too busy to actually think about that at the time. So now I have deleted her from everything. I think everything. As I find other accounts, then I will delete her left, right and centre, because I've tried to help her for 1.5 years and she does not want to know. Like everyone else that I've known, I am treated like a second or third rate citizen. No one wants to talk with me or visit me. I'm only there if, 1, they have an issue that they think I can deal with. 2, they are after something, money or a repair or something. Or 3, they have no one else currently, so let's talk to Gibbons. That has been my life for 57 years. And to say it is wearing me down is an understatement. It wore me down, 10 years ago. Anyway, I'm going to have a crap weekend, so I might be on here again. Thank you for not watching, because no one ever watches these videos. I did 3.5 hours on New Year's Day and no one came in. Even when people do come into my streams on Meet Me, they don't say anything. There's this woman that's dying of cancer or something that came in a couple of days ago. I've blocked her again since, because she came in and said nothing. Why come in if you need a friend and not say anything. Especially when, before Christmas, when she came in, about November time, and she told me all this about her health. And I said, you've got my number, use it. Do you want my... She's only got to message me and I'll give her a number again. In fact, I think I did give her my number again. And she won't pick the phone up, so please don't fucking bother me. If you can't deal with me like a normal human, i.e. talking to me, and you just want to come in and act like a child on a stream and not say anything, then you can fuck off as well. I don't care what you're dying of. Unless you show me some emotion, I won't show you any. That's how it goes with autistic people. We reflect back what is given to us. You get angry with us, we get angry with you. And the worst bit is, we get angry with you and it affects us more than it would you. But no one out there seems to understand that. Instead of being gentle and understanding and listening, there were some people yesterday who were really very good. And I always say to people, thank you for dealing with me in a professional, calm manner. You listened, you responded, it was so nice. It's called good customer service. But unfortunately, it's not happening out there very much. So we're stuck with depression and suicide rates that are going through the roof currently. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I know the titles and the upper third is all a bit crap. I'll sort that out in a moment, but I just need to get this out there. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a good weekend.